Greed. I believe greed will be the downfall of any man. When I say man, I mean mankind. Anyone of the mankind who entertains it. Again, greed will be the downfall of anyone who entertains it. Now, we can all be greedy here and there, yeah, but one who makes greed their main focal point of life, one who makes greed, the top priority, and doesn't think about others, doesn't think about how it affects others, greed will be your downfall. Greed is the reason why America or the world is the way it is now. Greed. Even when we look at individualistically, everybody's out for self, which is selfishness, yes, but past a certain extent, it becomes greedy, where people secure more than they need. They take away the livelihood from someone else in order for them to have extra. Not for them to have the bare minimum, not enough for them to have to survive, not enough for them to be comfortable. No, extra. Extra upon extra upon extra. The reason why these governments, the reason why these businesses make so much money, so much profit, millions upon millions upon millions upon millions, is because they refuse to pay workers the actual living salary, the actual living wage, the actual amount of money people need in order to thrive. The scales are unbalanced. The scales are very unbalanced. What people put in versus what they get out versus what companies make for themselves is so unbalanced. Now, I'm all for people making money. I'm all for people getting rich. I'm all for that. Yes, don't get me wrong. I'm all for it. But when it's done off the backs of someone else by you being greedy and you not pouring back into that person, that's greed. That's bad. I find that unrighteous. I find that very unrighteous. And even past money. Someone who's greedy with having it all, having all the women, having all the power. You go to any length, to secure it or to have it or to have more and more and more and more and more and more and more. It's like, at what point do you stop? At what point is enough? And that's the thing, it's never enough. It's never, 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 never enough. It's like an internal wound that someone's trying to heal, or an internal wound that someone has and they haven't recognized it. So to fill that hole, to fill that void, they just become more greedy. It's like they're never satisfied. The satisfactory button on them is non-existent. You ask a greedy person, when is enough enough? And they tell you it's never enough. How much money is enough money? It's never enough. How much power is enough power? It's never enough. How many women is enough women? It's never enough. How many men is enough men? It's never enough. The answer is always, it's never enough. But is that true? I believe to some extent there has to be somewhere or some form or fashion where it is enough. It's like someone who eats too much and you're greedy when it comes to food. You get more than you need and then you don't share. It's like that'll be your downfall. Anybody who's ever been greedy or is ever greedy, that is their downfall. It's the greed. Corporations who don't care about the people, but they care about their profit. Greed. They bound to fall. People who cross people out, do people wrong, manipulate people, lie to people, cheat, steal, whatever the case may be, in order to have more. Greed. That greed will be their downfall. It never fails. It never fails. Like I said, don't get me wrong, when it comes to money, make money, yeah. But when it comes off the backs of someone and you rip people off, you cheat people, you don't pay people their worth, their actual worth, that's greed. And what happens to you just happens to you. Sorry, not sorry. Again, greed will be the downfall of man. Greed, Greed. Anyways, I hope this can help somebody. This Third Eye Rich. Y'all be safe. Love and blessings.